That's how it works.
We're going to do it live.
Oh, yes. We are back.
Season 3.
Totally local.
We've been gone.
With all your favorite people coming back once more. Again, recurring characters, new characters, surprise guests, not so surprising guests. It's totally local. Your local podcast for all the lovely things that happen on the Jersey Shore. And today we are coming from you from the friggin' boardwalk. The boss, eat your heart out. We're still here, rocking it.
Still doing those long intros. Huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
That is correct, because I'm reveling in it, because I'm out and about, and I just want to scream and shout.
Daddy's escaped.
Daddy's escaped. With me, as always, most of the time, is the most impressive co-host to a podcast I've ever met in my life. Leo, how are you doing, man?
I'm super happy to be back.
Oh, it's so good to hear.
Yeah.
It's so good to hear. I was gonna introduce the guest now. Did you have anything else to add?
No, let's get right to it.
You said before you wanted to say something.
I just wanted to say hello to all my fans.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, hello, all you fans.
Hello.
Let me see if I know how to work this still. Yeah, I do. The fade out worked. Oh, it's our guest. Yes. Oh, you did that? Thank you, Ming. Once again, always, Ming, thank you for being here
Wonderful,
and being with
Ming.
us. It's so
Thank
great.
you, Ming. Yes.
Yes. And our super duper special guest. I want to thank you guys for being on the season 3 opening podcast, the late night super special Peach Pit edition. Here we are with Mr. Taylor Allen, Mr. Steve Arena.
Nailed it.
Calling the Shots podcast.
I had no idea this was season
man.
3, episode 1.
It is.
I did. I didn't tell you.
A lot of people.
I thought you might get nervous.
A lot of experts tell you, like, don't stop, just keep doing them and never have seasons. But I can't do that because
I get tired.
Yeah.
It's expensive. You got to go to events and drink with people and mingle.
Well, I also, since nobody else mentioned it, I also just had a child. So,
yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
I heard
pulled
you had
that
a
out of you
child.
guys.
How's it been going?
It's a lot. It's a lot of work, and I think people.
No shit.
Yeah, I think people say that all the time.
It
you
is.
know? It's a lot of work.
I was going to congratulate you earlier, but you looked very busy and in the zone, and I didn't want to interrupt.
And that's what happens, especially, like in such as life, where it's like you have a kid and then you're just busy all the time.
Yeah.
You're like one of those
Yeah.
Wall Street guys that's always running around and sweaty and like
bidding on my child,
Yeah.
like selling high and low on my child.
Exactly,
Like,
exactly.
right.
But it's like life and death. Right. It's not just high and low. It's
The
like,
baby wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, are they gonna make it? You're like holding this new person.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man.
It's the responsibility is completely just on you and your significant other.
Yeah.
Or not your significant other if you're a single parent.
Yeah, and people ask you questions like what you're gonna do. Or Grandpa yesterday was like, oh, you're going to be going to college and like getting all the girls. I'm like, what if he's a dropout and what if he's gay? Like, I'm not putting any like labels on this kid. That's
good. Nice.
He's like, oh, you'll be driving around in your cool convertible with your hot
your
chick.
pussy wagon.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm not raising a kid like that. No. He could ride around with whoever, do it. As long as you're not hurting anybody and you're not getting in trouble with the law, it's okay with me.
Well, now you know a little bit more about Grandpa.
Yeah.
That's a dive into Grandpa's.
That's a good point. On that note, Super Duper Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan since last year, and I was kissing Taylor's ass all year, hoping that I would get on the Super Duper Bowl.
I don't
but
think
no.
you did.
Huh?
Nah,
Not
some of
enough.
us-
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you did. Oh, hey, joggers.
Hey.
We had it predetermined lineup, except for our headliner, which eventually, and no, like you guys, I love you guys, but we got Kurt Brownholler, and we were like, we
Yeah.
got to go with Kurt.
Yeah,
Like, he's-
totally get it. As far as like podcasters go in the Monmouth and Ocean County area, I'd say we're tertiary at best. We're like third string. you know?
No. I think we're all on the same level, right?
No, you guys are
I think
seasoned
Ming-
You're
pros.
stars.
string.
Yeah, you're stars.
I think
Yeah.
I don't know. We're like we like
I don't know if we're on a string.
I think we're on a I think we're in the peripherals.
You guys have definitely been doing it for a while.
I think like Mike and Ming are like starting quarterbacks if we're gonna sports it out, and we're like
Like a fullback.
I would even say that we're just like good sports fans.
We're on the sidelines. We know a guy
We
that
come
played on
when
the
we
team.
have enough money to show up to the game. We'll show up and like support. But that's all we're
But hell of a support.
a lot of support though.
But you put it together last year, and I gotta say, I think personally it was a lot of fun. I met a lot of cool
He
people.
could not stop laughing. He really enjoyed
Oh,
it.
thanks,
I'm a
man.
loud laugher.
He's
yeah,
a very
that's
loud
great.
laugher.
That's what we want.
I can't help it. I just laugh really friggin' loud, and it was really funny.
perfect.
I'm not like doing it to be obnoxious. I'm just naturally obnoxious, so like I can't help it, But we met. Basically, we went to that, and then we just took a bunch of names down. And we had all those people on.
It was
our
great.
podcast
Yeah, no,
throughout the year.
I'm glad. Like it's. I feel
what
like
it's
it's
all
a
about.
cool, especially from somewhere like a shared universe, which is where we are recording right now. Like,
Yes.
I feel like the community that kind of comes from here and from like locally, the podcasting kind of thing going on, and
Yeah.
people, it's like one big orgy of podcasting guests.
Sign me up.
People coming in,
our
people coming out,
shows-
people grabbing parts and different things.
Yeah, lights are on, lights are off.
When you come to our show, throw your keys in a box,
exactly.
and
Throw your keys in the
So you leave
fishbowl
with
and
Yeah.
see what happens.
You definitely got the dad slash
The mustache?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
well,
know.
like the second orgies are brought up, which I knew would happen. I knew I had to come with the mustache.
it looks great, man.
Thanks.
It really gives you that whole that two-kid dad vibe.
I had the one kid, and I had like when I feel like when you get to dad status, you have to go like at least goatee.
Yeah.
Because that's like a very daddish thing to have.
Definitely.
But then when you get two kids, the bottom's got to come off because there's no more partying.
no-
Now it's
there's no
all
more
business. It's all business up here on this lip. It's just a caterpillar. Just gross.
All right, so we're less than a week
It's
away
just a
from the
bus.
show.
It's a bus for tuna fish to stay on on my face.
Tuna bus.
Tuna bus.
we're less than 1 week out.
Yeah.
Are you
From what?
completely insane from the show?
From
Oh.
Super Duper Bowl.
The Super Duper Bowl.
Oh,
Two.
the Super Bowl.
Two.
Yeah.
So are you ready to go? You're running around crazy. What's happening?
Steve.
I feel great. I feel very calm, like a boat sailing along calm seas, just floating along, ready for the show.
Nice.
How do you feel, Taylor?
I feel kind of like someone who accidentally was attached to the anchor of that boat and is being dragged along underneath the water, just trying to gasp for air at any second. But besides that, I can't wait for it, and I'm really psyched. But I'm a little stressed and nervous.
It was a really good mix last year of people. It was like a perfect mix of like a bunch of nerds mixed with a bunch of hipsters, and the only thing they had in common is they really didn't care much about the Super Bowl.
Right.
And that was my crowd,
Right, which was cool, which is kind of what we're looking for, because
Yeah.
I figure most people that want to watch it, like Ming had said the other night when we were talking about it, is that like a lot of people want to be comfortable in their house or at a friend's house or something and watch the game. It's cold. It's like not a great time of year to go out,
Yeah.
and it's like a nice excuse to stay in and party and not have to drive anywhere and whatever. We are like, hey, if you don't care about this game and you just want something fun to do, come watch it. You could still watch it if you want to watch it or if you want to see the commercials with no sound, but come check it out and it'll be fun. We'll all do it together. And then we had said that last year the game went out for like a minute, and I was like, oh, does anybody actually care about this? And like a handful of people were like, yes, this is why we came here. Like, we are very upset that this is not working. And we got it fixed in a minute, but
That's
it was scary.
Very scary.
Yeah.
And I was one of those people. I want
Yeah, you were like, I want to watch
I finally
it. Yeah.
saw some scoring.
Yeah.
Last year it was the Tennessee somebody versus the
Titans
Albuquerque
and the
Nope.
Chiefs.
No.
Okay, but nobody cared about the game last
It was
year.
the Patriots versus the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was a terrible game.
Yeah.
And
Which was good because it
this
gave us a lot
year-
of talk time.
is it the same teams playing? Because I honestly, and I swear, I have
Oh.
no idea who's playing in the Super Bowl.
It is the Mighty Ducks
I
versus
believe it.
the
Emilio.
Cleveland Indians from Major League.
Perfect. Emilio, brother versus brother.
Brother versus brother, yeah.
Wow, man, the Sheen brothers.
Emilio versus Charlie.
or the Estevez brothers. I don't know.
It is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers.
So who are
Ooh,
you
red.
rooting for? Like, who do you
Red
think
teams.
is gonna take it?
The Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, and I agree, I'm also.
And we came up with a score the other night. Actually, we made
Yeah,
a,
we
made
did.
a bet with
I
Mike
have
and
it.
Ming. We have Chiefs 35, Niners 17.
Wow.
And that's the call we're making.
Yeah, we're calling that shot.
calling
Although
that
the
shot.
49ers are, I believe, are the
Calling the
favorites,
shots.
maybe. in the game. I thought the 49ers were the favorites.
Are they? Well, I made that bet without looking at anything.
Well, also, the 49ers have the best defense in the entire league, and you think that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to throw up 35 on them. It's interesting.
I think
Yes.
Mahomes is like a magical dragon that just makes his own way and makes his own path. He doesn't believe in defense.
Well, we'll hope
see.
so.
Defense does not exist.
Right.
In
Yeah.
the Holmes
I'm
world.
not a fan of Bosa.
Okay.
For many reasons, and I'm not a fan of any spawn of the Patriots. So I'm definitely
Fair
hoping
enough.
that Kansas City takes this one. I know you're a
Yeah.
Seahawks fan, and you are a Jets fan.
Jets, yeah.
And so, what would you do if the Seahawks or the Jets had actually made it to the Super Bowl? Would you still do the show? Would it be more fun? Would you got to watch your team in the Super Bowl, and you don't know it's going to happen until you've already invested and taken the time and got the lineup right.
Like
So-
if the Jets played the
In the Super
Seahawks.
Bowl. Or just if your
Would we
team
do
was
the
in it,
Super
would your
Duper Bowl?
Would you still do it?
Of course.
I feel like it would be better. No,
Yeah.
For me it would be. I don't have as much invested in the Seahawks as you have invested in the Jets. I feel like personally, you grew up a Jets fan.
Yeah.
and like it's in your blood now. I think. Like it's just like
It's
something.
seeped in.
It's not in a good. It's like more of a disease.
It's like a virus.
It's like a bloodborne disease.
Yeah.
Mine is more. I really like the Seahawks a lot, but I'm also like a huge baseball fan. So like I'm not like nuts about football. I love it, and I'm really excited for this particular event. But if they were in it, I'd just be psyched. I'd be like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Like now I could really get pumped if something happens, and I don't know. I think it would make it more fun. But I feel like you're the same way though. Even with even loving the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, I think sports are meant to watch with as many people as possible. I think that's the most fun to watch.
Yeah, it's like when you go to the movies and you see a really funny movie by your not by yourself maybe, but maybe with a friend, and there's no one else in the movie theater, and then you go to see that same funny movie and the movie theater's packed and everyone's laughing and it's contagious. You know what I
high.
mean? And you're high.
Yes.
But it's contagious. Like that laughter is contagious, just like at a sports game when something happens and everyone starts going crazy. It's contagious. The excitement is contagious, and that's why we're trying to sell this motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Well, tell us more about the headliner, not the game, because
Yeah.
whatever. But like I just like blacked when you guys were talking. I blacked out there for a few
Shut
minutes.
down. That's fine.
But let's talk a little bit about the comedian that's like.
So Kurt Brownoller is our kind of our headliner, and he's joining us the whole second half of the game.
Nice.
Really funny comedian. He's been on Conan a bunch, and the Colbert. What's the late? Is it the late night?
It's a late
thing.
Yeah, it's
late
one
night.
Of those, yeah.
He's been on all those shows, and he's been on Bob's Burgers, and he was in The Big Sick, that movie, The Big Sick,
yeah.
as
that
well as Long Shot. Like he's been in a lot of stuff. He's doing a lot of stuff. He's doing a lot of comedy, and he's very gracious to come be on this big dumb thing with us and
How
our
did
friends.
do you just know him from? How do you know him?
He's from this area.
Oh, right on, totally local.
Yeah, totally. He's totally local, and
yes.
as is Asbury Park Brewery, sponsor of the Super Duper Bowl. He's just a good guy. I've opened for him before,
Nice.
doing comedy, and he was just nice enough to. We reached out to him. We're like, you're never gonna do this, but if you ever would want to cut, and he's like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah,
Nice.
I was like, oh,
That's
great.
what you gotta do.
It
You
was
gotta
great.
try.
Yeah.
You gotta ask. You know.
It was very cool.
Do you pay these people?
We will pay Kurt in at least sexual favors, at least.
Okay.
But
But
otherwise,
from the both of us.
Otherwise,
Oh,
no one else
that's
is
all.
getting a dime.
We're
we
working
will,
out when, like
we
at
will-
the same time or one after
Got to
the
be
other.
at the same time.
We will almost definitely owe someone money by the end of the night. I'm almost positive, but we'll see how it goes. I
Probably
mean, it's-
whoever you made that bet to.
as of right now,
I hope not.
As of right now, it's supposed to snow on Sunday, which would be a nightmare. So that could change things up a bit, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully not, and hopefully it all works.
Well, I
out.
mean, who hasn't driven in the snow?
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
I live 2 blocks away, so I'll be walking.
well, there you go.
regardless.
Yeah, and we'll be camped out the night before, just getting ready.
yeah.
I have to coordinate now. These are things that happen with
Babies.
kid. Yeah. So I got to coordinate what half or what part. What time does it open? And then what time does a super dupes?
Soup dupes.
When does the actual bowl start?
Doors at 5:30.
Yep.
Okay.
Bowl at 6:30.
that
But we
a
have a
normal-
pregame
You
show.
guys,
Okay.
friends of yours, Simmons and Moore, the
Oh,
Simmons
yeah.
and Moore podcast.
Yes.
Great episode, by the way.
CNBC.
If you get if you get a
It was
chance,
a complete and utter
listen
shit show.
to
Don't
Simmons
listen
and
to
Moore
that.
episode
Listen
with
to
Totally
them,
Local.
but don't listen to that
No, that
episode.
is. It was an incredibly entertaining episode.
We have to do a follow up because there's so many things that that nobody
just,
knows
just
about.
leave it. Just leave it in the
Let it
universe.
Just
die.
let it sit as it is?
Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
really
man.
entertaining. But they open the show at 5:30, right when the doors open,
Nice.
and they do the pregame, and then at 6:30 the game begins, and that's when we come on. And then every quarter we have different guests, and we have a ton of guests. The aforementioned Angelo Gingerelli. I don't know if we mentioned him on the podcast, but
I think we
were
did,
talking
yeah.
about him before.
Oh yeah.
He's
So-
very, very much a friend to the show.
Oh
Yes.
man, he comes
the
on,
best.
he lights up a room.
He does.
guest co-hosted when we had
Nude Curtis.
Nude Curtis on.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Rapper
nice.
Nude
Yes,
Curtis.
right.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
album? Coming soon.
Hey, nice. Shameless plugs.
Plugs all around, people. That's what it's all
Yeah,
about.
and then we have a halftime show as well, which we had last year. I don't know if you guys remember. We had the Carl Malone's covering Maroon 5 while Maroon 5 was on the telly. And this year, J-Lo and Shakira are the halftime guests, and the Carl Malones are covering J-Lo and Shakira. So
That's
it should be
great.
good. Yeah.
Hips don't lie.
Dude, I'm
Neither does
pumped.
Carl.
I'm really pumped about it, yeah.
That's
waiting
great.
waiting for tonight maybe is going to be in there. I can only imagine which
You don't
tracks.
get to. You don't. It's like a surprise. That's how you like it.
I've seen some of the track list, and I will say that I'm excited. It looks like it's
I
going to
gotta
be
take
good.
a look at that.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
So what do you guys think about? Not enough about you guys. What
Yeah.
do you guys think about this late night Peach Pit After Dark kind of vibe that Totally Local has going on tonight?
I like this whole setup, to
Isn't
be
it
honest with
cool?
you. It's very cool. I'm looking at the thing right now, like the image of us. I feel like my head,
Yeah.
which is already pretty large, is you know when you watch baseball and they have like the batter's eye, like you know the part like behind the like where the batters are looking. I feel like that's going on behind my head, and I'm just in this abyss.
You're really blue,
My
and I
big
feel really
white
red.
It's
dumb
very-
face.
Jay Leno-esque. yeah. Oh,
good.
yeah.
I look like a moon.
Moon Man. That's great.
That's a big ass.
Wow.
I look like
Perfect.
Sling Blade.
French fried potatoes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So do you have VIP seating for us for this event?
Yeah, well,
Sure, reserved seating. Yeah, you could order that in advance. Absolutely.
yeah. If you actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll
Yeah, where
save
can you
some
get
seats.
tickets, Taylor?
You can go to houseofindependence.com, and they will have. You can look at their calendar. I believe the show is next week, so there should only be a few shows listed there. And click on our show, and it'll say get your tickets now because they're $12 if you get them now.
Boom.
$15 at the door, so
Yeah.
you're saving
20
yourself
for reserved.
saving yourself
seats.
that extra maybe
$2,
discounted beer or
$3.
something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It was
Yeah, buy a
really, it was great to see all the people that showed up last year because, we were going to go, obviously, and we know similar people through random series of events. And you walk in there and there's people, I'm like, oh, hey. And it was all these people. It was just like a really, to me personally, a fun time.
Yeah, it was-
Again, Super Bowl, whatever, but like the
Right,
atmosphere
you're
was
seeing
great.
people, and the good thing about it that I think a lot of people were also nervous, like, oh, I don't know if I want to sit and watch the game, even if like I'm listening to this podcast. But you can, if you've ever been to, or if you've never been to the House of Independence, the cool thing about it is the bar is like kind of away from the stage and everything. So if you want to go up top and like shoot the shit or have a drink or go talk to somebody, like you can go do that, and it's not really interrupting what's going on. You know what I mean?
And if you're walking, like when you're walking down to the seats or whatever, it's not like you're being hushed. It's
right.
a very casual.
It's a Super Bowl party. Honestly, is what we're trying to deliver. And our idea, I think Steve said it once, like of our podcast, even is we like to sit and watch a game and bullshit with our friends. And like sometimes that involves not watching the game. It's just like you're fucking around and talking and hanging out and and then every now and then you look at the game and go, oh shit, like they got a touchdown, boom, and then you're back to your weird conversation about whatever. So
Because I mean, really, it's like how exciting every minute of a game. They're just standing around,
What is your relationship with sports?
It wasn't.
There seems to be like
I
a
think he's
hatred.
I think he's painted a pretty clear fucking picture.
No, but I know he doesn't care. But it
just-
seems like there's a hate.
I think it's more of just an outsider looking in.
Where did the
seeing-
sports touch you?
Yeah.
I just
Show me
remember-
on this football.
I remember being very young and just being like, I don't care about this. What are we watching here? We
Yeah.
had one TV growing up, so my dad would be like watching the
Oh,
Mets.
yep.
And I'd be
You're
like,
like, I wanna
"What's
watch
going
G.I. Joe,"
on?"
right.
And he's just like, go away. I'm watching the game. He didn't explain the sport ball to
Yep.
me, so
Yep.
I think it's just kind of been my shtick ever since.
So it's your
like-
dad.
Yeah, basically.
So
Let
sports
me
is your
just- let me
father.
just like recline, and you guys could just,
Sports
ask me
is
about.
your father.
The football is obviously a penis, and you're running away from it. So it's
All right,
good
so
and bad.
for those who don't know,
I love how Leo physically turned his back.
He keeps doing that every time I talk. I feel like I'm the sun, and he's just eclipsing me. I'm like, hey guys, I want to play football. He's like, no.
for those who don't know, you are doing this because and are able to do this Super Duper Bowl because you also have a podcast. Tell us about what your podcast is all about.
Steve?
Calling the shots. Well, we do a lot of this. Exactly what Taylor just said. Well, we don't really watch too many games anymore.
Yeah.
Now we just more talk about sports, but kind of the vibe of you hanging out with your friends, watching a game, talking about sports. Every once in a while, we'll throw on a game and just comment on what's going on. And, it just spurs conversation, and we have exciting games that Taylor comes up with, like Cleveland Sports Corner,
Which is a Cleveland sports trivia book that I found in the recycling bin at my work. And there's 500 questions about Cleveland sports in it. Every episode, I ask Steve and any guest that we have the question, and they're like impossible. They're like so hard. We're actually going to eclipse question number 100 at the Super Duper Bowl too. We're going to hit it in the third quarter, which is great.
the sweet spot.
Sweet spot. The book seems to have like this magical weird thing to it. It's too much to explain tonight, but
Yeah.
But it's pretty intense, man. But out of 100 questions, I think Steve's gotten like 3 or 4 correct, which sounds like not a lot, but if you hear the questions, you would be impressed. It's pretty ridiculous.
So as far as last year when you did it, you had like 3. You pieced it out into 3 podcast episodes.
Into 4, yeah, 4 quarters.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that makes
4 quarters.
So as far as this year, are you going to do the same thing?
Yeah.
Is the Simmons and Moore intro going to be part of your?
So they record that for their podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
And then like the first quarter of the actual game will be us and Angelo Gingerelli and Kate
Nice.
Nichols.
Yeah.
And then the second quarter will be us and Ariel Liady and Gordon Baker Bone, who are both also very funny. And then the third quarter is just going to be Kurt joining us. And then the fourth quarter is Kurt, Ryan Barry, our friend, and Mr. Ming Chen will also be
perfect.
joining us. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's going to be a fun time.
So you guys, Ming did it last year.
Yeah,
too,
he
right?
did. Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
It was very
Oh,
funny.
thank you very much.
Yeah, you
I
said
appreciate
you
that.
had a really funny. They were doing like Melissa Jobin. Oh, and Warm Things also. I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
They're going to be our
Like
our
on the field
people on the
commentators.
field,
Oh.
and they're super funny, and it's going to be great. They wrote something really good. But when Ming was on with Melissa Jobin and Ryan Barry last year, Ryan and Melissa had this bit about like. There was like this. It's too long to go into, but it was like about cookbooks, and they were reading from their grandmother's cookbooks, and it was really funny. And they got to Ming, and Ming's like, "My fucking grandmother's cookbook's written in Chinese. I don't even know what it says."
Yeah, what the hell? Why are you asking me about this?
It's
I
really
have no
funny.
idea.
Go
That's
back,
great.
listen to the episode.
He's very
relive
quick.
It.
Yeah, he's very quick.
I feel
That's
like
good.
you were about to hit a milestone on your show.
We did.
last year.
Yeah, that was our 100th episode we hit while we were
In the
doing
third
that.
quarter.
Yeah, in the third quarter.
Now
yeah.
the 100th question. That's why.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big deal for us.
Yeah.
The book. You
this
just follow
book,
the
yeah.
book.
What did you guys now? We're about to. I don't know if Leo even remembers our anniversary anymore, but we're about to hit our.
You know what, Andrew? They never
They
remember.
never do. They never remember. It's
You
like
know,
they don't even
just like a
care.
guy.
It's like every day is just another day.
Just like a man.
So whether he knows it or not,
I don't
our
know.
50th is coming up.
You didn't even make reservations.
Yeah, you didn't do anything.
I forgot.
Did you guys do anything special on your 50th?
Oh, we fucked. Hard.
Was it on the podcast, like the
Yes.
episode?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We went to a nice
All right,
dinner,
Leo.
nice steak dinner, seafood dinner, surf and turf, and then we surfed and we turfed.
Oh, perfect.
Taylor had the surf.
Wow, I don't know which one's better, but
We what did we do for? Oh, we had for our 50th episode. I thought it was fun. We had a lot of friends call in and leave us messages, just like congratulate it. Like I think at that point we had everyone who had been on the show call in and leave us a message,
Wow.
and it was fun.
I think they all said something like, "Why do you care?"
yeah,
about
they're like
your
this
50th
is
episode.
Yeah, they're like, what's the fucking big deal? But it was fun to like play. I don't know. We had a good time with
it
but it was
takes
good.
a lot.
Yeah,
it takes a lot
it
to
does.
get there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, 50 is cool. You
Some,
got-
some people have like a lot. Obviously it's one episode after one episode, but then after a point you look back and you're like, holy crap,
Yeah.
I wasted a lot of time.
Totally.
No one.
Yeah, it's a lot of time. Yeah.
Yeah. But
There's a lot of stupid things I've said.
that are just documented
Hours.
forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
This is good.
And you wonder, you're like, it's like a double-edged sword. Like, I said something stupid, but if you say something stupid in the woods and there's no one there to listen to it, does it even matter?
Is
you
it
know?
stupid?
Yeah.
Right.
So we're gonna
It
find
is.
out. It is.
Are you guys going to do your 50th episode in the woods by yourselves?
Pretty much. Totally.
That's a
nude.
great idea.
Totally.
And it could be called Does Anyone Hear This?
Yeah. Does anyone hear this?
Will anyone hear this?
So
You just don't record it. You
yeah.
just talk in the woods.
Did this happen?
We just take one picture just to show you guys, and we bury it. So Leo, why are you wearing? Aren't they like the worst football? Like, I don't know about football, but aren't the Jets one of the worst horrible teams as far
I
as
believe they are number 11 in
out of
terms
11, or how many teams are there?
Well, the worst is number 1.
Okay.
And number 11.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah,
11. Like,
they're not the Bengals.
No, it's where you pick in the draft. That's how bad you are, right?
Yeah, that's
I'm wearing my Jets jersey and my Jets hat because we're here to
promote
and
the
Super
Soup Dupes.
Duper Bowl.
You know
but
what else
the
we
Jets
should?
aren't going to the Super Bowl.
But it's football.
It's
Okay.
football. It's
All
just
right.
like yeah, it's
You
like
know me.
You could wear so you could wear any jersey to a Super Bowl party.
Oh, all right.
and it's like if you go to a concert, you're not going to wear the shirt of the band you're going to see.
No,
Everyone
unless
says that,
it's a
but I
Fish
do.
concert.
That's
man.
true. I don't know. I keep holding up the Asbury Park.
I hope
Brewery.
they're paying you because they're not paying us.
Right.
They something sport related though that is huge is that Kobe Bryant just passed away.
Well, yeah,
super
let's bring
sadly.
it down.
I'm
Couple
sorry, but
notches.
like I mean, it's big. It's
You
a
said
big.
that so excited.
It's
I
super.
know.
Yeah, no,
Too excited.
it's so
Dude,
sad, but like
yeah.
it happened yesterday. It was such a crazy thing that happened.
My mother-in-law was bringing it up. Like, she always finds like the most positive thing to talk
Right.
about during dinner, and she's just like, "Oh my god."
But it's a shock. It's a huge shock. Like it's a crazy.
It makes you wonder what helicopters are very convenient if you know how to use them, but they could be very dangerous, guys.
They say that they're like a lot of pilots say that they're never like 100% comfortable flying a helicopter.
There's nowhere
Which
I
is-
have to be.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah, I don't have to
That
be
is, like-
anywhere although traffic does suck, traffic.
Well, in California, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it sucks for the
It's
Bryant
it's horrible.
family.
Yeah.
And,
but it's just a huge. I think it's worth bringing up. I mean, that's a
to
huge
totally,
thing that happened.
bring up a huge bummer on the
Sorry,
podcast
y'all.
for no reason. That's cool.
Sorry,
it's not
y'all.
like he didn't play football.
Hey, have you
right?
guys heard of that? All right, let's change it up. You guys heard of that coronavirus going around?
Oh, great. Great.
Man, 81 people. Oh, that's what
90.
they told us. Oh, it's 90 now.
Well, I think it's more than that.
I
even.
think they're lying. There's got to be way more people dying than
No,
that.
yeah.
And they're just got to be. They're just like 80, and we're like, really? Like, all right, 90.
I should have
but
stayed home.
Leo, that's like so unfair. I wanted you here today. It's season 3.
I haven't seen this baby yet.
Yeah,
No?
he hasn't even seen the baby.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I'm one of those people.
That's
though,
hard,
too.
though, yeah.
Like people, you know what? The most messed up thing is, I was going to the eye doctor once, and this couple I know was coming out of the hospital. I was the first person out of the hospital to see their baby in the car, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stop by, and they drove away. I haven't seen him since. So I get where you're coming from.
Their kid's 14.
Yeah, the kid's 14, and he's out to get me.
Sorry,
fine.
Lauren. I'm sorry, Lauren. I love you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, but I'm one of those people where it's just the baby ain't really, baby's
It's not
cool.
going. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not going
He's not
anywhere.
going
He's not
anywhere.
really doing much yet.
Right.
you know?
When they're super little, they just
Yeah.
are there.
Yeah.
It's not much.
So he just started like tearing, like crying. He's not even laughing yet. He's just crying.
That sounds
So,
great.
And it's just because he has pink eye.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
it's not even worth.
doing. what
I
they
have
think.
pink eye too. So happy Super Duper Bowl, motherfuckers.
Well, I do know that one of the things that you really do enjoy passionately is baseball.
I do.
Because you just said
Yes.
it 20 minutes
it's
ago.
one of my favorites.
What are your teams?
We are
Yankees.
both Yankees fans. Yeah.
So
Big
am I.
time. Yeah.
And how do you feel about the insane sports?
Insane
news?
all of it, like
Yeah,
the
all
Garrett
of it.
Cole thing,
Yeah.
or the Astros thing, or the
all of it.
well, Andrew, some things that have happened recently. There's a big cheating scandal in baseball.
Oh wow, that's a shock. There's cheating in sports. Who would have known? Come on, guys.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I used to say it to my friends while they were watching games. I'd be like, this is all rigged, right? They'd be like, shut up, shut your mouth. I'd be like, well, come on, the mafia. Everybody knows it's all,
What?
Yeah. You don't know
right.
about this?
So-
I'll Google it. Don't make me Google it right now. I'll Google it right now.
Okay. So tell them about the cheating scandal.
Well, the cheating thing is that the Astros were tipping off each other to the pitches that were coming. So if a pitcher was throwing like a strike to one of the Astros, their team would like catch the you know how the catcher makes like some signals. They would kind of catch on to it, and they would be like, he's throwing a strike right now. So the team would like make a bunch of noise. So he'd be like, all right, they're throwing a strike, and he'd swing out a strike, and he'd hit the ball, and they were like winning that way a
That's
bit.
cheating?
Is that why you think they give them signs for strikes and balls?
Well, no, I'm saying like that's like one of the things that happen, right?
I mean,
all right, one
outside.
throw a strike.
don't let him hit this one.
I mean, I'm not
Let
going to
him
go through the
hit
whole
this
thing,
one.
but he so then
I was following.
So then they had these little devices on them that would vibrate and like tell them what pitches were coming in, and they would literally like there was a shot of the one guy running into home base, and he's closing his jersey, and he's going, "Don't rip my jersey." He's like saying the words as he's coming into home plate. So it's like a very crazy.
What happened
They had
to,
a guy at a
Very elaborate scheme.
They had a guy on
so
a
nerdy,
laptop
though.
like in the clubhouse, like with a thing, with a microphone saying like, "Hey, like they're about to throw a curveball," whatever. It was just like this crazy shit.
What about like the good
So-
old days when they were just doing super crazy drugs and getting all like
right.
Exactly.
Oh
That's,
yeah,
like,
like
cool.
The good
the
old
Doc
days.
Ellis what is it, no hitter when he was
No hitter on
LSD.
acid, but he hit
Yeah.
like 7 people.
Well, I wasn't.
He hit 7 people, but it was a no hit. But he did have a no hitter.
I wasn't
which
talking
is
about the
crazy.
LSD. I was talking about like the Mark McGuire.
Oh, like the steroids.
Sosa. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, there was like that, of course.
They should just let people do that.
But
all
those
the
guys
time,
got in
everyday
trouble
life.
though. I
What?
mean, those guys got
Yeah, but for
spanked. I mean,
what? They should all just be like, raw.
They
Like,
didn't really
hit the
get in
ball
trouble.
really
They're just
far.
not in the Hall of Fame.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
There's a lot of guys that never admitted to it that people just assume, and they're just not in the Hall of Fame. That's really it.
And that Sosa dude now, I don't know anything
He looks
about.
insane.
Yeah, he looks really crazy, and he has a little
Yeah.
pink cowboy hat or something. Oh man,
Really?
He's
Yeah.
got like
What's
the.
he up to?
Have you seen him?
No.
He
Sosa?
like bleached
Oh.
his skin and
Yeah,
like
it's
he
like the
looks
Michael
super
Jackson thing.
weird.
Oh, yeah.
He's
I
like
have
got like
seen
a
that.
Tejano cowboy vibe going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
check it out
post
later.
baseball.
Sammy Sosa.
Not good for him.
Yeah.
Where's
anyway-
he living these days?
I don't know. It's somewhere south of
Not here.
But as far as like scandals go, are people? Do you get fined for
Well,
being
because
a nerd?
because they were in the
Well, yeah.
World Series, they made it very far, and who knows if it was because of the cheating, but like it certainly didn't hurt them to at this point. Oh yeah, there's the video of Jose Altuve running into telling him not to rip off his jersey. But I mean, like that is. It's pretty fucking wild. He's literally shaking his finger. No.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. Here, wait, watch. So he's
Oh my
saying,
God.
"Don't do it,"
Don't do it.
and then he's holding his jersey.
Oh my God.
Isn't that insane?
That's really bad.
so obvious.
Yeah.
That's got to bring like a team together. Like as far as like bringing.
Yeah,
a
they're
team
all
closer.
cheaters together.
Yeah, like they're
Yeah.
learning a little language.
all have a
It's like a
secret.
clubhouse, you know.
Right. It's just
That's kinda
one
cool.
shitty team
Yeah.
together. But like, so now the Red Sox, which makes me happy as a Yankee fan, supposedly were in the same kind of situation, and now that's all eventually going to come out.
Well,
so
they lost their manager.
they lost their
manager.
manager because of it.
Astros
and,
lost their
Yeah.
manager.
Don't the Yankees just win all the
Mets
time?
lost
though?
their manager.
Not all the time. I mean, they're
The
definitely
Mets.
a
The Yankees haven't won in over 10 years.
Who won the last
Super
World
Duper Bowl.
Series? Yeah.
The Washington Nationals.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a real team. You're fucking with
Right,
me.
I know. They're newer, from when you probably.
Did they like take a racist name and make it not racist? Is that what they
Yes.
did there?
You don't want to know what the first team is called.
I can't
But-
believe they're still Atlanta Braves. That is not.
I know.
You know, and I'm
Yeah.
not like one to.
Well, they
you
did
know,
get rid of the Cleveland Indians. Got rid of Chief Wahoo.
but they're still the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah,
So that's.
but they're making strides.
Yeah, I guess so. But I
one
mean,
one racist mascot at a time.
my favorite team was the basketball team, the Bullets, because that's pretty
Yeah.
fucked up. That's like being like,
Yeah,
hey,
that was the first one they took away.
And then the Tampa Bay. It originally was the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Yeah,
and then they
what's wrong
changed it
with
to
that?
the
Devil.
I think they took
of the
Devil out,
Devil?
so now it's just the Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, what about the New Jersey Devils? They're Devils.
Well, us heathens could do whatever we
Okay.
want.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
New Jersey. Yeah, they don't
Okay,
care.
that's perfect.
But
I always-
Tampa is like a lot of like older people, and they're like, I don't know.
I always thought the Giants logo should have been a person, and then they're just standing next to a littler person, you know, because then you could tell that they're Giants. Otherwise, it's just a guy.
What if the logo though was? What if people? were confused.
Great point.
Thank you.
Because they don't
That
even
was-
have a logo. It
Yeah.
just is giant.
Yeah, it's
on it.
giant.
But what if people looked at that logo and they're like, "What's this team of little people?" Like they didn't
You
understand.
have like an arrow, like this is the giant.
Pointing to the
You
giant.
gotta have the right guy.
This is the other
You could
team.
be looking at the other
The
guy.
worst logo of all
Yeah.
time.
Well, I'm just throwing it out there, see what people think.
All right,
You know?
I'm in.
All right, cool, perfect. So you guys all like the Yankees.
Yeah.
What are some teams that you guys can like argue about? Where my team is better than your team? Do
We
you guys
don't.
like?
Do people do that? I don't do that.
No, that's not how it goes.
Well,
That's
when
not
you
I think
what people do.
it's
No.
like that. I
Or
think
it's-
that's what it used to be like.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
what they do
know.
on the fan, I think.
Yeah, they do it on the sports radio.
Mike Francesa.
Like Francesor.
Yeah.
Do you
Mike and the
follow
Mad
him at all?
Dog?
Do you know anything about him?
I just again from put me back on the couch just from like growing up having to listen to the fan and
dude.
people just yelling.
Oh man, Mike Francesa is. I hate him, but he is so good. Like to listen to. He's insane. He's an insane person.
He's the one that sounds weird, and then there was like the Ray Romano guy was the other guy, right?
He
Mike
sounds.
and the Mad Dog?
He sounds more like Ray Romano-ish,
Okay.
kind of. He's like, oh, he's got
Yeah,
this
yeah,
voice,
that
but he's
guy.
like, he's got he'll like fall asleep on the air, and then he'll wake up and like knock over his Diet Coke, and he'll be like, what? What? I wasn't doing nothing. He'll get like mad at like his engineers
That's awesome.
like for falling asleep.
How
he's-
old is he now? Is
He's
he-
like 150 years old.
Oh man. So you still he's got to have something going on.
Yeah, he's still got his show on the fan, man.
Well, he's gone.
No.
Is he? No, he came back.
He came back again.
Yeah, he was.
Wait,
in,
wait, wait.
Oh,
he
he's
was in-
gone again?
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he's
gone
gone
again.
again.
Oh, he'll be back. He was in Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
He was in the Adam Sandler, the new Adam
Was
Sandler
that
movie.
good?
I liked it.
I didn't know if it was one of those other like Adam Sandler Netflix movies where it's
No.
like this is not going to be good, but I'm going to watch it. 'cause
What,
I
like the
don't know nothing.
Cobbler,
No, there was the one he just had
the
one. where-
Wacky Eight, or whatever it was called. The fuck it was.
That was the first one. He had all those string of Netflix movies.
right.
Where
Oh,
they're
the Murder
like,
Mystery was the newest one.
yeah,
I kind of,
I saw that.
I kind of
That
wanted to
was-
watch that one.
I mean,
honestly.
I would recommend it, but that's
I wouldn't.
just me, you know.
I think Click was his greatest work.
Ooh,
Wow.
interesting.
That's
Click?
a, that's a
Yeah.
good, that's a hot take right there.
Interesting
That's a real
take.
hot
It
take.
ended, and I'm like bawling and clapping. And,
Oh,
like,
that wasn't-
screaming.
Wow, it really hit you.
It
All
really
right.
did. It was like a
Were you,
strong
like-
ending.
Like drinking Pinot by yourself and just kind of
I
like.
always am.
That's the only movie he owns.
I just watch
watches
it
it all
every
the time.
night.
What was your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
I was just running them through my head.
What was the comedian one where he had Seth Rogen as the comedian?
Funny People.
Funny
That was
People.
like the
I like
first
that
half
movie.
of that.
Mine would
was
be
like,
the earlier. You know what? Waterboy makes me laugh. man.
I
a
never
really good
like
one.
people gravitate towards that one. I gotta go like Happy Gilmore,
Yeah.
you know.
Waterboy's just so stupid.
Yeah.
I'm going Bulletproof is my favorite
Wow,
Sandler
Damon
movie.
Wayans?
Great movie. And also because it was like his only rated R movie, really. And he's like a rated R. If you remember his like albums, like
Yeah.
with the goat, and
Oh,
like, he was like a rated R comedian,
He-
and he did like no rated R movies,
He
and
did-
that was a good one.
Yeah, he should have done more action kind
Yeah,
of like.
funny, buddy cop movie kind of movies.
Wait, but so did you see Uncut Gems?
yes,
You loved it.
I liked it a lot. Yeah, I thought it was
Was it
really
like
good.
a drama?
Yeah. It's like the Safdie brothers did it, and they did that movie Good Times with Robert Pattinson. I don't know if you saw that. That was very good too. But it's like very
Is that where Robert Pattinson has that accent?
kind of
He's like, hey, yo, I got this accent.
sort of.
Yeah, I was
It's
like,
really
as soon as-
good.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, no.
Oh, it's great.
No.
He was
Uncut
good. The
Gems,
script sucked.
Uncut Gems is it's like a very suspenseful. I don't know. It's like a drama, but it's very like it makes you uneasy the whole movie. It's good.
Did you ever watch a movie and not know? Like when I saw that Jim Carrey movie,
Not
where-
know if it was real or not.
No.
What is this train coming at me? Like in the 1920s.
What was that movie? Truman's World.
Truman Show?
Truman Show.
Yeah, I love that
I
movie.
watched it. Like I went into the movie theater and I was just like, oh, I love Jim Carrey. This is gonna be a great comedy. And I'm like watching
Not
it
so
and I'm
much.
like, this isn't very funny. And I watched the whole thing, and it took till the end when he spoiler alert,
You're
he
like-
hit the wall. Where I was
Spoiler alert.
where I was just like, this wasn't a comedy at all. Like,
Yeah.
you ever try to laugh and then you're just like, this is not like you're forcing yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
It had funny moments.
Yeah, but
There's
it
a
wasn't
couple.
a comedy.
No, yeah.
They got to warn
I
you.
love that movie though.
That's why you have trailers
love that
now, I
movie.
guess.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yep, he was my
Especially
fave.
He kind of went off the rails
That's
and started
even
doing
better.
paintings and stuff now.
Well, yeah. Acid
He's
makes you.
wild. Did you watch the Man on the Moon documentary?
I did.
It's great.
Yeah, I love that.
crazy.
Oh yeah.
He was fucking. He's still great, but
He's great. I started watching because I don't know. I get bored and I think about stuff. But like commencement speeches, and he did one. He made these people this giant painting, and it's got like a big vagina on it. Stuff. It's crazy. But
he's got a show on HBO, like the puppets.
Kidding? It's on
Kidding?
Showtime.
Yeah.
Showtime,
That's-
yeah.
it's
Phenomenal.
Showtime.
Yeah.
it is.
I like
It's slightly
that.
depressing, but
Yep.
like not. And it's Michelle Gondry,
Yes.
I think, is doing.
Yeah, he did Eternal Sunshine of, which is another awesome movie.
He's
that
also
Jim
done a
Carrey
lot
did.
of good. He directed a lot of good music videos. As
Oh
well.
yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Beastie Boys,
Yep.
Bjork, I believe.
He also did that movie Be Kind Rewind, I think it was called.
Yeah,
with Jack
Mos
Black.
Def.
It was Mos Def. Yep.
Yeah, that
Danny
was a good
Glover.
one.
It's a cool movie.
I was showing my niece and nephew the other day. I was whenever I go over to my in-laws' house, they always have like special like AV projects for me to do. Like, where do these wires go? And I have to like, they're all eating like pasta upstairs, and I'm like in the basement all dusty, like screwing shit together.
It's very specific.
Yeah. So I'm like getting all these wires together, and usually my lovely niece and nephew don't give a crap what I'm doing. But as soon as I'm like doing something where I have to get it done, they're like, "What is this? What is that?" They're pulling out pliers. Like, "What's that? A plier? What's this?" It's another plier. Get away from me. So I'm like down there like putting this stuff together, and they're like, "What are these?" And they pulled out the VHS of like the Star Wars trilogy, and like the first thing I was just like, "Well, that's the greatest and the only really Star Wars trilogy." And Axel was like, he's like, "Well, is it the first set?" I'm like, it's the only set. It's the only set that matters. It's the first ones that came out. He's like, "Oh, but it's the middle one." I'm like, "Yeah." But it's the only. He's like, "Well, how do we watch them?" I'm like, "It's a VHS." He's like, "What is a VHS?" Had no idea.
You eat it, you digest it, and you watch it in your brain.
You take the tape
It's
out,
weird.
just wrap it on your forehead.
Yeah, it's
Think
weird
really
to
hard.
think that kids don't know like
Yeah.
what that is, and we'll never know.
Yeah.
Episode 3 was good.
Episode 3 was good. Oh, was that the no
The last prequel?
The last where he got all Vadered out, as my brother said.
Episode 9 was good.
I didn't watch
didn't see
the
it. I
last.
didn't see the newest one.
The newest, yeah.
I heard it was
But
good.
was
I didn't
good.
see it.
I can't,
I liked The Mandalorian a lot. It was good.
I can't all that Baby Yoda shit. I'm
Well,
like,
that I'm over. But when I first watched it, I liked it a lot.
it did make me go on to YouTube and learn the history of the Mandalore, which is extensive. By
That's
the way.
extreme.
Yeah.
BT Dubs. What do you
But-
mean?
No, I mean like that's
I just can't believe that people.
Nerd.
Do you know the symbol? I found out what the symbol means. The mammoth symbol that
Right.
that he had, that Boba Fett has on his whatever. All right, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So were you bashing us for talking about sports? before?
Yeah, it's a whole new it's a whole new era now.
Deciphering the Mandalorian's fucking elephant tattoo.
Yeah, it's important. It's important.
Talk to
know.
me about sports ball.
Listen. This stuff,
I get it.
This is what
I get it. It's fandom. It drives us to do crazy things.
It does. I look. Everyone has their thing. I get it. I get it.
Speaking of which, I thought that was a not an air freshener, a fucking what's the thing that you put the water in?
Oh, an air, whatever the aerosol
humidifier?
thing,
A humidifier.
humidifier.
But it's a stormtrooper helmet.
Stormtrooper helmet.
yeah,
You forgot where you were.
yeah,
Yeah.
good one.
I really did. I was like, I was like looking
So
at it
moist
for a
in here.
minute, and I was like, oh, that's
moist and
that's definitely a
refreshing.
stormtrooper.
I think that's the
I saw
ocean.
the reflection of it, and I was like, oh yeah.
I think it's gotten more attention around here than anything else.
That has?
Yeah, people walk by the window. It's like, oh my god, is that a stormtrooper helmet? And if I'm in here, like I open the door, I'm like, you want to put it on? Just have the shared universe logo in the
Yeah.
background.
Have they tried to? Has anyone tried to come in here and buy anything?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Oh,
there's
a
a lot of cool
Mandalorian
shit in
trooper
here.
right there. Helmet right there.
Yeah, most
Right.
people are like, "What is this?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "We record podcasts in here."
What?
They're like, "What's a podcast?" I'm like, "Well,
And you're like, pay me money and find out
pay me
right
money
now.
and find out. I can in one short hour, I can teach you everything you need to know."
I was looking at the courses that you have.
Yeah, we teach classes in here. Yeah.
When are the classes started already, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're private classes, so you book them whenever you want. We do a couple over at Brookdale, like
Yeah,
every
I
quarter.
think I saw that too.
Yeah, those are cool. Those are like those start in March, I think. So they have a continuing education program. But who knew? Like, I never thought I'd be teaching anything. You shouldn't be learning anything from me.
Dude,
but
I taught a class at Brookdale for
did, yeah,
Shared
'cause
Universe.
I was at a
blew-
Comic-Con and I was like, crap, I can't be there, and I can't leave Mike alone to
Third string.
It was
coming
fun.
in.
It was great.
about podcasts. So I need, it's like we need somebody. We need someone else who's actually podcasted
was
to
good.
teach class. And you had just crossed your 100th episode.
Yeah.
Super Duper Bowl.
Did
Yeah,
you
it
have
was right
the
after.
Did you have the
Surely-
mustache at the time?
I think I did.
Okay, that
you did.
helps. That really helps, I think.
It was great. It was.
You're shaping minds young and old because some of these people are older.
I was shocked at the crowd. Yeah.
Age range is.
Age range was all over the place, and everyone was really into it, and it was cool, and it was pretty crowded. Like for
Do they get on the mic? Or are you
Yeah.
like, all right, now it's time for? Do you like critique them?
yeah, kind of. Yeah, we like taught them what everything we thought, what was good and bad about podcasts and how to do it and whatnot, and then and then we had them record an episode, and we had them like come up with a premise all together, and like we split them into 2 groups, and like it was great.
Yeah, it was cool.
It came out really
man.
cool.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was fun. Yeah.
Do it.
If you're
Book
into
it.
anything, you could do a podcast as long
Totally.
as you're very not like if you know about the Mandalore, you could do a whole podcast. It's for centuries long. Their history is extensive, so you could do it. Coming next week, the Mandalore podcast from here to Share Universe Podcast Studios.
Wow.
That's what's great about the shared universe, though, is a lot of people get scared away from podcasts because they're like, oh, I don't have a microphone. It doesn't matter. Come here. You don't need anything. You just need to show up
I
and
love
talk, and that's it. Like that's.
I don't want to deal with
The wires
I know how
and-
to do it,
Right.
and I bring my computer and
Yeah,
everything.
who wants to do that? Well, actually, I do because I do. I like it. I like
Well,
it.
it's
I
like
enjoy it.
if not me, then like Leo isn't going to do it, and then it'll just be both of us sitting here like grumpy at each other. So we don't want
Every episode of our show.
So pretty much Super Duper Bowl number 2.
Yeah.
I'm excited because if you
can't
go
wait.
back and rewind the video from last year when you were a guest. First of all, you were super scared because it was during the day.
Yep.
Second of all,
Oh, yeah,
you
you
looked
had
like
work
a deer.
clothes on.
You looked like a deer in the headlights
Yes.
because you didn't
I
know.
looked
how
like a headlight. I was wearing a neon
You were wearing
safety
You were a
sweatshirt.
headlight.
you were.
You were unsure of how the reception would go, and I
Yeah.
was like, from day one, I was a day one, basically.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I was a huge fan. I'm really a big fan of what you come up with, and I think it's great.
Thanks.
As you all know, I loathe sports, so like it comes in handy on such a day.
That just goes to show you, you guys had fun, and Andrew hates sports, and he
Yeah.
still had fun.
And I
so
still had
So
fun.
anyone could have fun.
I
Yeah.
think you were the first guest that I was on the show
I
for.
think so too. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, it was cool, man. I appreciate you guys having us back on, and that time it was cool to have a good reception, and you guys you put me at ease a little bit about like you're like, oh, it'll be fun, it'll be good, and I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, it will be good, and then of course I left and like freaked out again,
Yeah,
but
like
like for a
pushed
minute,
you out the door. You're like, it'll be great. You went
yeah,
out there
for a minute I
cold
felt like
sweat.
really good about it.
Wait, why were you? But this is what you do.
Yeah, I was just nervous about. Again, like this time as well, I think I'm just nervous about how many people will show up and if it'll go smoothly, if the streaming with the video is gonna work. Like I just get nervous about all that kind of stuff. Like getting up there and doing it, I have no problem with because we have fun doing the show. So, if anything, I know me and Steve are gonna have fun, and I
Yeah.
think that'll be good
Are
enough
you
for
gonna
me.
do costume changes again?
I think so.
A lot of surprises.
We got a lot of
There'll be
costumes.
some costumes.
Yeah, we'll have some costumes going
Yep.
down, and it'll be fun, man. I think it'll be really a good good time. I think it'll be
Yeah.
a little bit different than last year, but overall the same vibe.
It'll be a little bit different, but the same.
But the same.
Super Duper Bowl.
It'll be different enough to be interesting,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the same enough for it to be comfortable and inviting.
It's a good time, basically.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'd like to thank you guys for coming onto the show.
I'd like to thank you
for being
for
here.
coming and making a baby. Do we have to delete that? That's how they're made.
It's already out there.
No, it's perfect. It's already out there.
All right.
Is this the kind of comedy we are
This
doing
is what you
at
can.
the
This is
Super
what you can
Duper Bowl?
expect.
Because
Oh, there goes a cat on its own.
Ooh, cat, come in here.
Feral Cat. This just in. Feral Cat on the
Feral
boardwalk.
Cat. All
I'm going to be doing the live news broadcast for Asbury Park. But in the meantime, this has been Totally Local Podcast, your local source of all things wonderful in the Monmouth and Ocean counties, Jersey Shore at large. Thank you, a Shared Universe Podcast Studios. Ming, my lovely co-host Leo, who's just always smiling.
Season 3,
Season 3,
February
we're back.
15th. We're back.
Oh
we're here.
boy. Steve Arena, Taylor Allen, Super Duper Bowl, Calling the Shots podcast. This Sunday, there is an event happening at the House of Independence, and other stuff is happening as well.
It's also Groundhog Day.
I
I
thought you
had
were
a
done.
hair.
The
What?
music is fading out. Say goodbye.
Bye, 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 everybody.
We should have started with that.